the sinking of the Titanic. The National Consumers League was the only organization that testified on behalf of passenger safety. The person who testified was Florence Kelley. When she testified in 1914, women didn't even have the right to vote.
And now there are a lot of safety measures we take for granted. If you're taking a cruise somewhere, they have to have enough boats to get everybody off. They have to have life jackets for everybody on. The Coast Guard has very strict rules, and we're still fighting. These are hard-won battles that have happened over many, many decades.
The Triangle Shirtwaist Fire was a pivotal event in American history. A huge fire burst out. People started running to the exits, but there weren't adequate fire exits. Many times disasters happen, and they don't get fixed. What the difference is there someone or a group of people that recognize the issue and try to come up with a solution? And Frances Perkins was a young employee of the National Consumers League, and she'd been studying a lot of workplace issues, but she'd also been looking at the issue of workplace fires. And it happened that she was having a tea right on Washington Square when the fire broke out. All the things that came as a result of the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire, all the safety protections that we all rely on now, fire exits, occupancy limits, exit signs. These things are all things that have saved many, many lives.
I think the DNA for people like Florence Kelley and Frances Perkins is they looked around and they said, people are suffering and we can make their lives better, and they saw a path forward.
What the great strength of the National Consumers League has been is that it sticks to the goal. It maintains the vision. It maintains the fight.
If we're looking at where's the fire in the belly, we know that we can save lives, that we can improve people's well-being and their access to college and health care and safety.
I would describe the National Consumers League as an organization that really cares about everyone, really cares about the consumer, and that the consumer is everybody.
They are the leading organization combating child labor, and getting state laws that regulate child labor was a very important goal. But it required the nitty-gritty attention to the detail of legislation, how to write a good law. They never did anything without knowing what the actual reality was that they were talking about. If they're talking about child labor, they have surveys about what is the actual condition of child labor, the extent of child labor locally in your state.
The National Consumers League was on the forefront of raising the issue of the dirty conditions in which meat was butchered and prepared.
We really found that in the low-income communities, we were not receiving fresh meat. What we were receiving was meat that had been injected with dye to really colorize the meat to make you think it was fresh, think it was high quality and all. And so that was an issue that we carried to the National Consumers League.
We're always fighting back. The National Consumers League, with other consumer groups, has been on a campaign since 2003 to get labeling on alcoholic products. We worked really hard to get the backup cameras in cars. Industry opposed them from day one. We're working on airline passenger safety and consumer protections, and we want consumers, especially those who are most vulnerable, to be protected.
The League's work is almost unique in that regard, and it's extremely well done.
We're the only organization that's got the 125 years working on these reform matters, and I think everybody here is just incredibly proud to have that legacy. We know what our mission is, and that's protect consumers, their safety and health. It's to protect workers, get them a decent pay, decent working conditions, and treated fairly in the workplace. So those themes are constant. We don't know what battles lie ahead, but we know a fight when we see it, and we are ready to take it on.